Okay, so hi everybody. I'm super excited to have you here today. And today's topic and the things that I'm going to be covering today is really how to build your business with the women that you want to link arms with and you want to work with. And we're also going to talk a little bit about having the CEO mindset instead of an employee fixed mindset, because I believe that's really important when we are in the process of, building our team and recruiting the people that we want to work with and how we're showing up on social media. So I'm going to share my screen because and admit some people. Let's see. Okay. My biggest fear is that people are going to want to hop on and they won't see it.
Do you want to make me the do you want to share it with me or make me the co-host and I can look for those people while you're talking?
Let's see. It says that I can make you a host, but not co-host.
Oh.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and let's see. And we're going to get back to the beginning. Okay. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right. So we're going to talk about building our businesses with women we can't wait to work with and be with. And I often think about this when I'm, thinking about the women that I can't wait to vacation with, or I can't wait to be on retreats with, or I can't wait to earn, the Success Club trip with, or be on calls with, or run different things together. And so we're going to kind of move, this little window is getting in the way. Okay. So who you attract is not by what you want. It's actually determined by who you are. You attract who you are. So I really want to do kind of a brainstorming activity and make a list of the qualities and characteristics. Like, who do you want to attract? Who do you want to work with? Who would you love to link arms with as you grow your businesses together? Would you actually want to vacation and spend time and be excited to spend time with these women that you're thinking of or envisioning? That you would like to recruit or attract to your business. So I really want to work on creating a specific list of the qualities and characteristics of the women you'd be honored to link arms with. What do they look like? What are their morals and values? Are they coachable? Are they driven? Are they self-motivated? Are they good with time management? Do they have a servant's heart? What are some of the things that they enjoy doing outside of business? Do they like to travel? Do they have hobbies? Do they have hobbies similar to yours? What are some things that you would have in common with these women? So I just want to spend, I'll just set a timer so we can kind of keep on track, but just spend a couple of minutes of writing down that list. Let's get the time ready. Okay, let's do that right now. Is that enough time for everybody to make a good list? Or do you need a little bit more time? Everybody's good? Okay. I think we're good. Okay, good. Okay, so the next thing, we're really going to start to think about is, are you her or are you working on becoming her? Like, ask yourself, are you showing up with those same qualities and characteristics on a consistent basis? On your reels, on your Instagram story, in your posts, and in life? Are you that woman that you want to work with? And just really kind of dig deep and really think about that list that you just made. So you look at your list, and now what you're going to do is look at all of those qualities and characteristics, and you're going to put a check mark next to all the ones that you currently represent or you show up as on a consistent basis. So you want to be really honest with this list, because a lot of times we'll think in our head, well, like, I want to be this person, or we think we show up as this person. But when we really think about it, the more honest we are, it's only going to help our growth and our goals. Because then it gives us something to work with and work on. So Heather, what I just had everybody do was make a list of all the qualities and characteristics of the type of person they want to link arms with this business. Like women that they can't wait to vacation with and go to leadership retreats with, and, want to mentor and link arms with. And like, what does she look like? What does she represent? What does she like? What does she like to do? And then everybody just made a list based on that. So I'll just give everybody like a minute to do that. Okay. So now we have that list. So the ones that don't have the check mark next to them, you can work on making that become a part of who you are and who you show up as, which is really good news. So it helps you understand why you're not attracting the people you want to work with. I mean, maybe you're thinking to yourself, like, the people that I work with aren't reflecting those qualities of the people that I want to attract. They're actually the opposite. And so a lot of times there's a disconnect there, and we got to figure out what is that disconnect. And maybe you really are that person and you're aligned with everything that you wrote down on that list, but because you're not consistently showing up as that person on social media, and people, like, when they look at this list, they're like, oh my gosh, when I see this list of qualities and characteristics, I automatically think of Kendra. And so if people don't automatically think those things of you, it's mostly because we're not consistently showing up as that person, and we're not showing them those qualities and characteristics of ourselves. And self-evaluating is like one of the best gifts that we can give to our business. I was talking to Kendra about this morning, like, as I was creating these slides, I'm like, gosh, I need to self-evaluate myself as well, because, we can often get off track very easily with this business because, we get distracted by all the shiny different carrots, and we tend to take the easier route, the more comfortable route, because we know that oftentimes talking about coaching and sharing about coaching is where our engagement and our likes will naturally be lower and will drop. And so it's just kind of self-evaluating and figuring out, okay, well, if I am this person, where's the disconnect? Is it because I'm not talking about it enough? Is it because I'm not sharing about it enough? Is it because I'm not, sharing it in all the different areas and being consistent with how I act on my story is how I'm also showing up in life. Are my actions, really matching up with the words that I'm speaking? So this just gives us activity, just really allows us to reevaluate and make sure that we're consistently showing up as that person we want to work with. So, oh my gosh, this little bar is driving me nuts. I gotta just move it for a minute. Okay, so food for thought this has just always stuck with me, and I heard it years ago as a new coach, and I want to help us all get in the right mindset when it comes to having an employee mindset and a CEO mindset, because it is so important when the way that we're thinking, what our mindset is as we're putting ourselves out there, wanting to attract women that want to build a business and the women that we want to work with to build this business. So if you were hired by a corporation right now and you showed up to work like you currently do for your business on a daily basis, would you even still have a job? And unfortunately, the common answer to this, out of the 7 years I've been coaching, is I would have been fired a long time ago. We're so willing to work so hard and give our job everything we have got to build someone else's dreams, yet we don't give ourselves and our businesses the same respect. And I don't know the psychology on this and why this is a very common thing, but it is. And so we really need to respect our businesses, our goals, our dreams, and our vision, and our mission as to why we're showing up on a daily basis as much as we would someone else's. Because if we're willing to work that hard and give that much respect to a corporation or to another small business that someone else owns, why wouldn't we do that for ourselves? And so we really need to self-evaluate in that aspect as well. So what does an employee mindset look like and a CEO mindset? I've had this sheet forever. I don't even remember who gave it to me. It could have been Melanie. But when I read this list, I was like, ooh, and this was probably about 6 years ago, but it said, if you have an employee mindset, this is what it would look like. You wait for someone to tell you what to do. Success comes from talent. You wait for others to motivate you. You do the bare minimum to get by. You only do what is in the job description. You avoid challenges. You get defensive or you easily give up. You ignore useful negative feedback, and you feel threatened by the success of others. But when you have a CEO mindset, if you use Google and YouTube as your search bar, you always listen to audio, podcast, PD. You are constantly asking yourself if this is the best use of your time. You notice when you get complacent and you find a way to reignite your fire. You embrace challenges. You persist in the face of setbacks. You see efforts as a path to mastery. You find lessons and inspiration from others' successes. You are self-disciplined and motivated to reach your goals. You don't need someone to tell you what to do, and you are constantly learning and growing. And this mindset mentality matters so much when you're attracting and building your business. And so just really thinking about what aligns with your daily actions. Do you have that employee mindset, or do you have that CEO mindset? And the good news is, whatever your answer is, you get to adjust accordingly. And once again, self-evaluate as business owners. That is just going to allow you to grow professionally and personally. So now we're going to do how to show up like the woman you can't wait to link arms with and mentor. It starts with getting consistent with sharing on your social media. If you want to be seen as a successful business owner, then you've got to consistently show up as one. So we want to get a plan in place so that we can do this. So first thing you want to do is you want to schedule, you guys can either write this down or you can take a picture, but you want to schedule your coach sneak peek or webinar or business opportunity, whatever you want to call it, at least one time every single month. I think Kendra and I have had a million different names for what we call it. And what I do is I just go to a free calendar printout, and I always do a blank calendar I do them for like 3 months, usually in 3-month increments. And then I just fill out like when my coach webinar is going to be on here. And then I start planning out what I'm going to be talking about and posting about as far as my content, so that I make sure I'm talking about coaching in my story or in a reel or in a post consistently enough that it happens at least 9 times before my webinar is hosted, and then once afterwards. So you want to plan 10 posts, and then you want to create a form. So it could just be a Google form that it's not a coach application. You're going to create a Google form or whatever forms you use to collect their name, their Instagram and Facebook handle, and their email. Once you get that, then you're going to send them the link to attend your call. You're going to create a coach application, but have them fill it out after you host the call. Whether if they're on live with you on the call, then you'll just say like, hey, this is where you can get the coach application, fill that out, and then I'll be in touch with you. If you're sending them the recording, you can direct them and let them know where to get your coach application, have them fill it out, and then let them know, the time frame that you'll be contacting them. And then talk about coaching on your story on a regular basis. Like, easy way to just sneak in coaching is taking a picture of this call, like as we get towards the end, and talk about on your story, like, why do you like this? Like, why do you like being a part of this community? Or what does this mentorship do for you or provide for you? Talk about, anything that you want, but that's just a way to get like one way to mention coaching in your story each day. Send an email to invite all of your clients. There's a typo, sorry about that, and past potential coaches. So anybody that's ever been interested in coaching and you have their email, send them an invite to your webinar. And then the day of your webinar, send them a little reminder, just letting them know like, hey, today's the day I'm hosting the webinar. I'd love to see you if you're interested in attending. I try to put something else, like serve them in some way when I'm sending out these emails. So either a meal plan or a podcast calendar or something that adds value to this, that's being attached to this email. And then the day after the webinar is posted, I send them all the recording and just say like, here's the recording in case you wanted to attend our webinar and you couldn't make it. After you watch it, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And if you're interested in pursuing the coaching opportunity, and let them know where they can fill out my coach application. So now we got to get a plan in place on how to post and share about coaching. So these are all you guys can take a picture of this or you can write it down, but these are all the different ways and ideas. So go live. Going live is something people haven't been doing so much, but I would definitely recommend doing it. You can go live and then you can share the live to your story. But go live and share about how and why you became a coach. Share who in this live you're looking to link arms with, and then also share when your coach webinar is, and let them know how they can get the link to attend. And so this is when you're going to direct them to wherever that form can be found, whether they have to message you or there's a link in your bio, but you want them to fill that out in order to get the link. This way you're creating an email list as well. Create reels that share business tips or advice, give solutions to fears or excuses, share about the benefits and opportunity coaching has provided you and what it can provide for them. Share what the blessings of the business have been for you. Are you able to be more present for your family? Are you able to provide more of an income than you were at your previous job? Is being a coach helping you stay accountable to your personal goals, and helping you stay healthy when it's hard because this is your job? There's so many different blessings and they look differently for all of us. And, you can make a whole list of all those blessings, and you could do a post on every single one of those blessings for this business. You could do a reel for every single one of those. Share your vision and goals that you have with your business and why you have them, and ask if there's anyone else that has these same visions or goals. This is one thing that Kendra and I are actually talking about today. It's something that we need to do with our teams, with our downlines and our coaches, but it's also something that we need. Sorry, everybody, I know I just added someone to the call, so you can mute yourself. That I need to do more often. And a lot of times I personally get scared to share my vision and my goals because I'm afraid that maybe we won't be able to make it happen. And that's a fear that just holds me back. And I don't want to be held back. And so, you know, a lot of us get scared about sharing this publicly or with our teams, because then it's really holding us accountable to the goals and visions that we have. But we need to do that because we do need that accountability. And it will help us be even more successful as we go and work hard on achieving these goals. How is your life different because of coaching? So these are, you know, just ideas that will help you talk about coaching in reels, in your story, in posts, in emails. Where would you be if you never said yes to coaching? Like, I know for me personally, I would be stuck in a career that didn't allow me to be present with my family. I would have missed the last 7 years and so many incredible moments with my kids that I would have never gotten back. And so I think about that a lot. What does this community mean to you? You know, what does this community provided for you? Did you think that you didn't need this community and you have it, and it's just changed your, you know, perspective on things? Because a lot of people have community, but they don't have community like we do. I mean, we are all in the same business and nobody's being competitive with each other. We're all here to help each other. And that's a rare thing to see in this world and in most, you know, in most careers. Most people are clawing their way to the top and knocking anybody down that's going to prevent them from getting to the top. And instead, our community is like, let's help each other get to where we all want to be. You know, how has coaching helped your own personal journey? You know, ask your coaches, it should say, ask your coaches, what are their blessings of this business like for them, and share those blessings. You know, go live and interview them on Instagram. We did a series, and I know Kendra did this too, and Jess and Rachel, where and this was quite a while ago, but we were interviewing each other and asking each other, like, how did you build a business while you were homeschooling? Or how are you building your business while you're homeschooling? How did you build your business while working full time? You know, Jess has 5 kids. Like, how did you build a business with 5 kids and through 2 pregnancies? You know, and people want to know those things because oftentimes, you know, their fear is, I don't have the time. I don't even know how I would make this work and what that would look like. And so when we're interviewing these different coaches and we're asking them these things, it shows people like, okay, if Kendra could build this business while working full time as a single mom, like, I can do it. If Rachel can build this business and have success and manage her time while teaching as a professor, homeschooling her kids, which is a full-time job, you know, these are the things that people need to see. And it's like, oh, okay, well, if Kendra can do it, or Jess can do it while 2 pregnancies and raising 5 babies, like, there's absolutely no reason why I can't make this work either. You know, share about the training and the mentorship that a coach will get from you when they link arms with you. You know, what does that look like? Oftentimes people are scared because they think, I don't have any followers. I don't know anything about social media. I don't know how to create a reel. Like, I don't know how to get customers. You know, and they have all these fears, and these fears keep them stagnant and prevent them from actually pursuing the opportunity. But when we can show them that there's solutions to these fears or excuses, it helps them see that, okay, this could be a possibility for me. Talk about the trips you can earn. Talk about the monthly gifts and the discounts that we receive. A lot of people don't know what the benefits are. And there's a lot of people that have careers and jobs that are not rewarded for their hard work and don't have the opportunity to earn a trip for them and their spouse, or for them and their family, or for them and their best friend. And then share who it is that you're looking to work with and describe her. You know, share that this woman that you created that list from, and share like who that person is and why you're looking to work with someone like that. Put it out there in the universe. So like I shared earlier, when you pull out your calendar, you want to create 9 posts that you can share prior to your coaching call, and then 1 afterwards. So the post you can share afterwards, it doesn't have to be the same one all the time, but like the first time you're doing this, you can just share about what it felt like to do your webinar. Share why you love sharing this opportunity. Talk about that they can get the recording from you, how they can get the recording from you. And then plan these posts out on the calendar. And then you want to get in the habit of doing this every single month, because if you don't, and I will tell you, all of us that have been in this business for a really long time, if you don't plan it, you will go back and you'll go, oh my gosh, when is the last time I talked about coaching? And then all of a sudden you're hosting this webinar and they're like, oh wait, you mentor women? Oh wait, you can make a business out of this? It's so easy for us to talk about everything else but coaching that oftentimes we forget to do it. And then we don't do it on a consistent basis. And then it's kind of like we're coming out of left field and people have no idea that we do this and that this is even an opportunity. And then also worthy enough of repeating is remember that your coaching posts are going to get lower likes. They're going to get lower engagement. Don't let that discourage you from being consistent. I know I had let that discourage me in the past, and it's like, well, why am I going to post about something that, isn't going to help me grow my following or, get more likes or get more engagement. But in all honesty, you just need that one person that you really want to work with to see that post. So don't get focused on, the likes and engagement. And the other thing is too, buzzwords to use to create more interest. So saying things like the enrollment to my mentorship closes on, and then give a date. I have X number of spots open. Enrollment closes on this date or as soon as the spots are taken. Exclusive training or exclusive mentorship. I'm only looking to work with women that are XYZ, and you're going to want to list some of those qualities that you made that list of. Once the doors close, you could be placed on a waiting list for the next mentorship. I am currently reviewing applications, because this actually makes people have to make a decision. Otherwise, it's kind of like, oh, that will always be there. I really don't need to make a decision today. These kind of buzzwords really help get the ball moving, our ball rolling. One fear that I want to help you conquer is a lot of coaches do not host coach webinars because they do not know how to talk about the income. And there's a 3-minute video by Kim Carver in our back coach office. You can play this at your webinar. You can share it in an email to people that are interested about coaching. There is a document that you can share as well, and I'm going to share that once I stop sharing these slides. But we have resources, so don't let the fear hold you back when we have all these resources to help us in our back office. So, you don't have to know exactly the best way of explaining it. Just know that you have resources that will help you explain it, take that fear away, and make it so much easier in the process when you're hosting these. And then remember, true confidence comes from being authentically who you are and who you're working on becoming. So I'm going to just share with you really quick. This is the document I was talking about. So this is the compensation plan highlight. You could put this in the email to anybody that fills out your coach application, or if you're you want to put it in the email where you're putting your link to your webinar. But this just, is really like the Cliff Notes version. It's showing them how they can make an income, it's showing them how they can earn bonuses, the matching bonuses, and it just explains everything in a visual way and breaks it down. And it's just the Cliff Notes version, but this is in our coach back office. So let me stop sharing so I can see all of you guys. Okay, so now what I want to do is just, ask you guys what questions you have, what are some things that you struggle with, or what are some things that I can help you with when it comes to anything that I just shared. Okay. where do you find in the back office? Honestly, I just Googled or searched it in the search bar and just put compensation, and like all the videos and the document showed up. So that's all I did in the back office. And let me just see if there's any other. You're welcome. Sometimes I don't even know what to say. Helen, when it comes to income, do you feel that way?
No, I was saying about when you have to go and tell your team, talk about your vision. You know, feel like, I mean, I have done it because I mean, I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if I am expressing what I'm supposed to say to kind of like bring them in.
Yeah. So kind of like how to put it in words where your team actually wants to achieve this vision with you.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's really common. And I think a lot of times that kind of prevents us from sharing with our coaches as well. I think that's something that Kendra and I are actually going to be doing together, because we we're success partners, and we're like, we haven't shared this with our team. So let's sit down together and like get this together, and I think one of the most important things is, as you're going over the stuff that you want to achieve for your business, why is that even important to you? First of all, because your coaches need to know, like, let's say 5-star elite is your goal, right? You just don't want to say 5-star elite. Like, you want to say, like, for me personally, if I'm hitting that, I know that those bonuses are going to impact my children's lives. Because one of my goals is to be able to write a check to my children and hand it to them. Like, I envision it, I see it, and I want them to have these checks to help them with their debt for college. And I know that when I hand them these checks, like, it's not only going to be an incredible feeling for me, but it is going to be such a relief for my kids not to have so much of a financial burden on them at such a young age. So when you really kind of dig deep, like, well, why are these goals even important to you, and why do they matter? I think sharing them with your team, and then figuring out, like, having your coaches share, like, well, why does it even matter to them? Like, what does 5-star elite matter to them? How is that going to impact their life? I think about getting these bonuses as 10, 15-star coaches, like, just being able to help my church more, just being able to know when a friend is in need and suffering, that I can do more than just bring them a dinner or give them a gift card. Like, I could financially help them and really, like, make a difference in their life. I think about all those different things where I could just, because I've gotten my family in such a good place, I'm able to help people outside of my family. And to me, that's really important. So just kind of digging deeper into that vision and why it really matters and the impact that it's going to make. And then asking your coaches the same thing, like, well, why do these goals even matter to you? Like, what is it going to bring to your life, or provide for your life? Somebody just had to leave. Does that help? Okay. Does anybody else have a question or anything that they're struggling with when it comes to this? No? Okay. Well, I will let you guys go. I hope that this was helpful, and we recorded it, so that was a good thing. And hi, Tracy. And thank you guys so much for giving me your time and being on this call with us.